Hey guys, it's MissCaroSan. Today I'm doing a renovation on the Daisy Hovel in Willow Creek. So I started off by changing the bed round. I was trying to decide on a bed that would suit the idea I had in my head, but I couldn't really find one. It was quite frustrating. But in the end I settled for the grey bed with the sort of slanted headboard, which I think looked really nice. I did start it out in my mind as more of a neutral house, but I ended up turning it into more of a boys' house, like with greys and blues. But obviously that can be easily changed in the design tool button. But I think I was trying to play with the windows, and for some reason I just can't get on board fully with the windows that don't go directly in the middle. I feel like they need to, when you have move objects on, I think you should be able to do that, but it's still impossible. So I played around with the windows quite a bit, sort of changing the colours to green, changing the windows. I believe I end up changing some of them again to the single octopane, but again with the green, so that they would match the ones with the shutters. I also end up changing the door because I reduced the height of the walls, which I still think it looked really nice, because I can't seem to get on board with the high walls. I just don't get along with them at all. I think it's because there's too much space above things and there's not enough decoration to put on them, so they look quite bare. So here I went for the little windows, because obviously in the bathroom you want some privacy. And then I thought I'll get rid of all the furniture and the walls inside. I just couldn't get a clear process. I went for the brick. Now you'll probably notice in future videos that I have quite an obsession with the brick wallpaper for the outside. It's pretty much, I use it on everything, which I think I might have to start getting out of, because all my houses are going to end up looking the same, which we don't want. So I changed the roof to the black. Again, I think it goes well with the brick. It's sort of a contrast. I was trying to get an overhang on this, but it didn't work out, so I just pulled the other roof forward, which I still think it looked nice. There's like random moments in the game where I'm not doing anything, and it's because my other half's mum was in the room and we were talking and I kept getting distracted, but I don't think it's too noticeable. So so here I was getting rid of all the furniture, and then I thought I'd get rid of all the walls and start afresh. Now originally when I started the bathroom, I was going to keep it the same size as it was before, which you'll see I do in the beginning. But then I felt like it was too much. I was trying to do it on a cheap budget at the beginning. But in the end I just sort of gave up on that idea and went all out, which is another one of my flaws. I'm so hard to keep in budget because I just like them to have the best, which I know I should really sort of change. But I am currently doing an apartment with myself as a sim, and I haven't given myself the best stuff. I'm working to get the best stuff, and I'm actually really enjoying it, so I think I'll have to start doing more like that. But for here I went for this tile, which I very rarely use as well, but I thought it would look really nice for like a boys' house. Now I can't get on board with any of the tiles for bathrooms. This is the one I always use. I just think it fits in with everything, so I always end up going to that one. But I do like the stonish looking one, which I usually end up using in kitchens because I think it's really nice. But on here, I ended up doing... I tried to go for that toilet, but I thought, why is it... why is it... doesn't look like it's against the wall, which was really frustrating. So I went for not the complete top one, but sort of a higher endish one, which I think worked out fine. I do change its position because I just couldn't settle on where I wanted it because of this 4x3. I didn't want too much furniture in the bathroom, so in the end it looks nothing like it does right now. The sinks and stuff, like I couldn't think of anything to put on the cabinets because, like I said, I was trying to keep within a budget at the beginning. So I kept changing it up, changing it round, and in the end I settled for a reduction in the wall, so it was a 3x3, which I'm more comfortable with, unless I'm going all out extravagant big mansion house where I can fill it with all sorts of stuff. I absolutely love the accessories though for the bathroom. The ones that they do have, I absolutely adore. I love the little toilet roll holders, I love the robe. It makes it look realistic, it makes it look more lived in. So I always end up using these because I think they just tie it in quite well. I tried to get the hand wash up to just go on the sink, but it just wasn't having any of it, so I gave up on that idea. But sorry, I've got the beginnings of a cold. I ended up changing the windows as well because I wanted them to be in the middle of the room. I can't stand misaligned windows, it stresses me out quite a lot. So I went for the Parenthood sink, which I absolutely love. I think it's so cute. And I decided to... I think I give myself a bath mat, if I'm correct. And I think it's grey, because like I said, I seem to have gone everything grey and blue in this one. But I absolutely love having a corner toilet as well. I just think it looks really nice. So that's one of my new favourite things to do, is put a corner toilet in, which of course you need the bb.moveobjects cheat on. Otherwise Sims does not like it. But as you can see here, I reduced the wall size because I just thought it looks so much better and it looks more neater. So I went for a door that would match the windows as well, but here I was just thought, ooh, bookcases, that could be cool for inside, so I was looking at those. But I ended up settling for the one that would match the windows with the green in the middle. So yeah, here I go for a bath mat, which I think is on Get Together. Again, grey, because I decided to do everything grey. I must have been in a grey-blue mood. I don't know why. But I think it looks really nice in the end. It all sort of really fits in quite well. I feel like with the end result of the bathroom, maybe I should have changed the tiles. But I liked the grey border. And I did like the hints of blue. I absolutely love these lights. I'm currently obsessing over these lights. I think they're really adorable. So I'm using them a lot in my apartment that I'm playing on at the minute. So now I decided to do the bedroom, and I just couldn't decide on a bed. I didn't want to spend too much money on one. I usually get the high-end one, but that's just because it makes them sleep faster, discomfort and stress, and I was just like, eh. So I settled on this one. Now at first I decided to have it against the back wall, then I thought it wouldn't work out, so I ended up having it on the side of the wall with the bathroom. Now I was originally going to have it for just one person, which is why I only put the one end table in, and then towards the end I thought it would look better with the two shelves, well, the suitcases, which are totally adorable. So I put two in at the end, and I was going to have it as just an open plan studio, and I decided that maybe it would look better with a wall in, so I do end up putting a wall in, and I absolutely love that picture. I absolutely love sloths. They have the best life. They're so lazy, and anybody who knows me knows I am quite lazy, and I love to go slow and sleep a lot. So I was playing around with some lights here because I tend to use the same lights, but I thought I'd branch out. So I went for these quite oldie looking lights just to give the room a nice little ambience. So here I decided on what wardrobe I would prefer, and again I went for the grey, but I think it looks really nice. It ties in quite well. I thought I'd move it back a bit because I find sometimes when you put them on the diagonal it sticks out too much, so Alt works brilliantly for it. And again I went for a grey mirror, but hey ho, like I said, I went for the grey theme and I think it went really well in the end. But I thought if this is just like a single guy's or a single girl's, but for this I went for a guy house, you know, that just have sort of more of their stuff, so like shoes, you know, they'd have the wardrobe with lots of trainers in, clothes showing, you know, just sort of like a typical bachelor's room. So I was looking around for things that would look sort of nerdy and would fit in quite well, so I went for that hard drive, which, like I said on the previous video, if you just go into a house in build mode, everything's unlocked, so I'm not sure how it works if you download it, if they will be there if you haven't unlocked them. But when you are in build mode, everything is unlocked, which is brilliant because I love some of the lock stuff. Like, the computer hard drive's really good when I make, like, a geek sim. I've got it in my apartment at the minute with myself because I'm quite a big geek. So I put it in mine, and I absolutely love it. It's right next to my computer. So now I was trying to decide where to put things, and I thought this little baseball bat would just make it even more boyish. Because boys play baseball. Sorry to gender specify. But yeah, in a minute I decided to... Oh, I spent ages on this window. I just couldn't find a placement that I enjoyed, which is when I decided to change the windows to these singles. But on here, I actually gave it a bay window, and I thought it looked absolutely adorable. I did want to put more decorations on, but I could only get one on. Excuse me. I could only get one on, but I think it looked really nice, and I put curtains around it to make it fit in, and I think it was really cute in the end. It's the only bay window I have in the house, but it looks really nice. And then I was still playing around. I just really couldn't settle on it, and I think I ended up settling on the bay window because it seemed to sort of fit in with the room. But here you can see I was playing around for quite a while trying to find a good window until I spotted this. And I thought, yes, this is the one. This is the cute bay window. I have decided this is the one for me. So as you can see, I was trying to get this on, but it was the only thing I could get on, which was quite frustrating. Like I said, but it worked. So I put these gorgeous City Living curtains on, which works so well with the bay window. And then, like I said, I was playing around with lights for once because I usually just end up using the same ones. So I'm trying to steer away from that at the minute, which I think I did okay with. Obviously I saved it because I thought, knowing me, I'm going to do all this and it's just going to go away. I'm going to have to do it all over again, which would be absolutely devastating. It happened to me the other day. I was filming a renovation, and I recorded it. This was before I got the software that I'm using now to record. Thank you, Liam. And I did like an hour-long renovation, and it hadn't recorded anything. I was so mad. It was unreal. I was like, why? Why did bad things happen to good people? So I carried on with this room, and I put this little box in, maybe like a shoe box. You know, he's run out of space for his shoes, so he's put his boxes down. I don't know why I've got the grid on. I very rarely have the grid on, so I don't know why I have it on here. I think I was in my own little world that day. But here I thought I'd put about some pictures on, sort of make it look more cozy and more lived in. And the only carpet I like in this game is the black carpet. All the other ones I just dislike. I will use them, but I just don't like them. So because I did the grey and blue theme, the black carpet worked out in my favour. And I went for the ombre wall that sort of fades into a darker colour, which I think looked really nice as well. Now, the kitchen was my favourite room, but the kitchen's always my favourite room. I have so much fun doing the kitchens. I couldn't decide. I remember when I was doing it, I couldn't decide on whether or not to have a dining table or the bar stools. I think, if I remember correctly, I ended up going for the bar stools, which looked adorable. But as you can see again, I've gone for the grey theme, grey counters, a grey cooker. That light isn't the light I end up using in the end. It was just there to sort of light up the room while I made the kitchen look cute and fancy. Now, I usually go for a white fridge, but I thought a black fridge would really suit this house. As you can see, I play around with it quite a bit because I spent absolutely ages trying to sort out the layout for the kitchen that would meet onto the living room. As you can see, I put a wall up, down about 5 times. But I wanted it to look right, so I thought, nobody's going to judge me here. So yeah, I always over decorate my kitchens with all the clutter and stuff like that. I think they look really cute. And I always love putting a bin next to the fridge if there's space. I think it just ties in really well. I usually end up going for the really expensive fridge and cooker, but like I said, I was trying to stick to a budget at the minute. And when I do decide to blow said budget, I still actually keep the cooker in the fridge because I did think they look nice. I was trying to think in my head where I could place stuff because it's not a majorly big kitchen. So I was playing around in my head thinking what could I put where. In the end I settled for sort of a corner with more decorations like the coffee cup holder, which you'll see in a second. I'm guessing this pauses when someone was talking to me. But we'll get there. I'm sure I'll start in a second. But I think I changed the windows. I think I do change the windows here because it didn't line up with the oven and it was really annoying me. So I do end up changing the windows in this room. But I absolutely love the clutter stuff. I do love the clutter. I think they should do a pack where it is just clutter, like more and more clutter. I just think it ties up and makes it look so real. You've always got to have clutter in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Just makes it look so realistic. Now, I absolutely love these plates, and I thought they'd go so well above the dishwasher. And we all need a condiment tray, because who doesn't love tomato sauce? Anybody who knows me knows I love tomato sauce, or tomato ketchup, whatever you want to call it. And I love the tiny salt and pepper shakers. I think they're so cute. I can't remember if I keep... Yes, I do keep that counter, if I'm remembering correctly. I think I do. Could be wrong. I probably am. I've got such a bad memory. But as you can see, I started playing around with walls and, you know, trying to make it look neat. Which, it was so frustrating. For some reason, I just couldn't settle on anything. In the end, I think I go for a half wall. To sort of hide it and make it look separated, but not separated at the same time. So as you can see, I changed it for the octopane windows just because it was so frustrating. I just couldn't settle on anything. And I do love the overtop counters. I think they're absolutely adorable. Oh, they're so cute. I think I get rid of that small one above the fridge in the end. Don't quote me, but I think I do get rid of it. Because I remember rightly, I have the half walls. So it looks stupid with the floating counter, so I think I get rid of that. If I don't, I make sure that I will when I go back on. I just really couldn't settle on the walls. I don't know what it was. It was so infuriating to me. But I thought I'd go for the bar stool. Like I said, I did toy with the idea in my head of just doing a dining table, but I thought this would look quite modern, just to have the bar stools with my little hint of blue to throw off the grey theme. I do end up moving them. I was going to corner the fridge, which again I believe I changed when I changed the walls into half walls. And I did toy with the idea of closing the kitchen off completely so that it was its own room. But in the end, I sort of end up half wall in this whole area so that it is divided, but it's still one room with the kitchen and the living room, which I made a living room stroke study stroke music room. But I think it all looked really nice in the end. I think it all tied in quite well. But if you can think of anything I could change, let me know, and I will do that. Oh look, here I am again, chatting away, getting distracted. For some reason, I was just figuring out, I've been playing Sims since the beginning, like since 2000 when the Sims 1 came out, Bob and Betty Newbie, and Sims 2, I had all the Sims 2, I had all the Sims 3, and I intend on getting all the Sims 4. And I still, to this day, have only just figured out how to rotate the screen without using the mouse on the screen so it looks more flawless. Like, why did it take me so long? It was so obvious. But anyway, I figured that out while I was doing this renovation. I was quite proud of myself. The small things in life make me happy. So as you can see here, I did toy with the wall, but then I ended up taking it off because I don't know what it was about this house. Maybe it was just the layout, maybe it was the way I designed it, but I found it really infuriating when I was doing stuff. I don't know why. But here, this is when I decided to blow my budget, because I thought, you know what, everybody needs a good TV in their life. Because having a bad TV is just, no, everyone needs a good TV. So I went for a big TV and I was like, to heck with it, I'm blowing the budget. So if you want to buy this house, you're either going to have to use the free real estate cheat or work very hard and save up for it to move into it. Because it doesn't get too expensive. If I have a look, it doesn't get too expensive, but it's obviously over the 20 grand budget that you get usually. I couldn't decide where to put this coffee table either. I wanted it to be sort of in front of the more in front of the sofa, but in the end I felt it looked better under the TV because I felt it looked quite plain in front of the TV. I do actually move the sofa forward, which makes the room really tiny, but I think it looks really cute and cozy in the end because I wanted the wall behind the sofa to match up with the kitchen, which I think it does do in the end. In my opinion, I think it does anyway. So I was sort of playing around again. I changed a window because they were annoying me. I think it's just because the walls get in the way, and even though they look nice, you know, it just doesn't bode well. So I moved my sofa forward. So as you can see, the sofa to TV area is really small. But like I said, for a single person, or just one person with friend over, it looks, you know, it's big enough. So I thought that looked really nice in the end. Apparently, I did keep that as a full wall behind the fridge and then a half wall above the bin. Or maybe I change it later on. I'm not too sure, I'll have to have a look. So here I thought about having a sort of creative room, you know, music, painting. And then I thought, no, it'd look really cute in this corner over here. So I moved it all over here. Not the painting. I do end up moving the painting back. I end up just purely having a music room here with a nice little chair to sit in. I think I used the cushions actually. But I just thought I'd use all the guitars, and then I have that little keyboard piano, which I think would be really cute to use. I absolutely love it. So I did try and go for sort of a similar theme of the blues with the easel, but I ended up not liking it. So I think later on I go for the dark brown one, which still looks nice. I was toying with the sound system. I think I do have one by the window after I've rearranged the guitars, because I ended up not liking where the placement was, so I changed it around again. I just get these ideas and I'll put them somewhere and then I'll just completely change them. So it's so hard to keep up with my own thoughts sometimes. But I did, like I said, I toyed with the sofa and I thought, no, it's too imposing. So I think I end up going for the cushions and just pile them on top of each other. And you probably can't sit on them, but I thought, to heck with it, it looks good. So why not? I do love this rug, like that you can build it up to your size. I feel like it's such a good space saver. It makes it look more fitting. So I toyed around with a few chairs. Excuse me. I toyed around with a few different chairs, but I ended up going for the pillows. I think they look really, really cute. And then I tried to put the speaker system in that sort of area, but it didn't work out, which is why I changed the guitars around. I believe I put them in front of the wall in a minute, which, yeah, I do. I do change that stereo as well, because I didn't think it looked that good. And I moved them more towards the back for I need to finish. I think, if I'm correct, I think I go for that stereo. It's been a couple of days since I did this, and my brain's, like I said, I've got the memory of a fish. It's terrible. I put 2 massive plants in these corners. I thought, this is so manly, I'm going to put 2 big plants in the corner. And I think it ended up looking really cute. Yeah, I thought it was those. I was trying to remember which ones it was. Now this is where I started to make sort of a creative study area, but I didn't like it. I do move the easel again, and I move the desk. I have it behind the sofa instead, which I thought was really cool, because then you can sort of watch TV while you're doing some work or playing some games. Because if anyone's like me, I have the TV on, watching something while I'm playing a game and talking to somebody. I'm terrible for it. I can't just have one thing on. So I thought this sim will do the same. They can watch it as well. So here I was toying with the bookshelves. I'm really not a massive fan of some of the bookshelves. I like the white single one, and I like the one that I end up using, and I do like the one that's on the wall. But apart from that, I'm not a huge fan of the bookshelves in Sims 4. I feel like they need to have those ones like in Sims, was it Sims 3 or Sims 2, where you put them next to each other and they were sort of made for each other. I liked those, and you could have as many as you want. They were really good. So as you can see, I put my little easel in the corner to do some painting, and my little blue lamp, which totally looks like a lamp from IKEA, and everybody loves IKEA, so that was a positive. And I absolutely love that magazine rack. I was so happy when it came in with the pack. I was over the moon. I just absolutely adored it. I put it with everything. What did I end up going for in the corner of this room? Where did I go for a plant? Because I was looking around for something to go in, and I couldn't settle on anything. And I can't remember what I settled for in the end. Maybe it was a plant again? Oh, I remember. Paint cans. Yeah. Because I had the easel in the corner, I thought it'd look really cute to have the paint can in the corner. And then I wanted to fill a little bit of space, so I've never even noticed that radiator before. I play Sims all the time, and I've never noticed that radiator before. So I don't know where I've been looking, but I found it yesterday, and I thought it looked really cute. So again, sticking with the black, white, grey, blue theme that I was going for, I put that cute little rug in, and then I tried to decide on a wood. I can't remember if I kept them all I think I did keep it the same flooring, like throughout, like no change and what have you. I think I did do that. And I tried to settle on a wallpaper for a while, which I couldn't do. It was quite frustrating, but I think I didn't do any more editing to it. I think I just did the wallpaper. So after that there'll be a couple of screenshots. Oh, that's right, I changed the fence, and I don't think I recorded the actual change again. But I didn't like it, so I changed it back later on. But that's the house, and I will put some screenshots in. See if you like it. You can download it on my account, which is MissCaroSan, just like my YouTube. If you could give this video a like, a subscribe, or just a watch, anything. I just want everyone to love it and enjoy it. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will be making another video very shortly. I can't wait to upload it for you and do some audio if I ever get some time. I'm so busy at the minute, but it is doable. I will do it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later, and have fun playing Sims.